In that delicate, intricate strand of your hair, below it lies a very important narrative, the narrative of diversity, the narrative of who you are as a person, and the narrative of who you want to be. Today, we have a very important person in the studio. You can see the hair. The hair says a lot. In that strand, how she has even woven them. We want to hear a story. We want to hear that diversity she carries and that Africanism.
What's going to happen in the next few hours is we are going to have conversations around our continent and the sort of stories that lead the continent. And as such, we'll be having very deep deliberations amongst ourselves. We'll also be contributing. And so don't think that you are in one of those conferences where you are just coming to listen and go. You're also coming to share. All right, so give it up for yourself as we zoom into today's event. Please give it up for yourself. All right, so we are zooming into one important part of today's event. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, please, we want to invite Hairphanie. Hairphanie is a self-yacht hairstylist. She is an organic hair care formulator and a natural hair enthusiast. And she'll be joined by our host, who is also a storyteller, a climate advocate, and the founder and host of Be Inspired with Stories from Africa. Give it up for Madame Betty Osei Bonsu.
Thank you so much for being here. And okay, talking about the story of hair. In that delicate, intricate strand of your hair, below it lies a very important narrative, the narrative of diversity, the narrative of who you are as a person, and the narrative of who you want to be. Today, we have a very important person in the studio. You can see the hair. The hair says a lot. In that strand, how she has even woven them. We want to hear a story. We want to hear that diversity she carries and that Africanism. Hairphanie, please introduce yourself to us.
The name is Stephanie Apia. So the Hairphanie came from the name Stephanie. We just took away the step and added the hair. Because at first when I was thinking about the name to use for my brand, I was just thinking about it. You know, these Ashantis, when they are mentioning my name, they'll be like Stephanie. So at first I was like, I'm going to put the hair in the middle. But no, it didn't sound right. So I just decided to take the step away and add a hair. So Hairphanie.
Wow, please put your hands together for that name. Now let's start from the foundation. How did this name come about? What is your background story? Did you just start with your hair like this?
No. So it all started when I completed senior high school. And you know, I've loved hair since I was a child. You always see me putting my hands in people's hair, grooming people's hair. And I've always loved seeing people with long hair like the Indians and other African Americans. You know, in Africa here, a girl child is not supposed to cut her hair because we think when you grow your hair, you grow with your hair, you're not going to study in the school or you wouldn't be focused. And sometimes we see our hair to be a problem, which is not. So right after senior high school, I wanted to embrace my God-given hair, which is my natural hair. But I didn't have enough knowledge about the natural hair language. So when I entered the university, you know, we have hairstylists, we have salons there, but the way they mistreated my hair, I didn't like it. To the extent I had to cry, call my mom and tell her, look at what they are doing to my hair, they are pulling my hair anyhow. So my mom was like, okay, Stephanie, nobody has sent you to go or embrace your hair. please relax it. So I had to relax it.
Wow.
I used chemical
At what
relaxers.
age?
Oh, I think I was in my first year in university. That was in 2012. So I had to relax my natural hair, my natural hair to perm.
Okay.
But that wasn't the end. I didn't like the harsh chemicals giving me scalp burns and bald patches. So I had to learn, use myself as a project and learn and develop the skill to understand the natural hair language. So it took me like 3 years. In 2015, I was so equipped with the natural hair language, which most stylists don't understand. And that is why they mistreat our women hair and they always feel like their hair is a problem. I have to relax my hair. That is the easiest way to go. But that is not so easy because you're also going to have um, some repercussion, like the bald patches. Your hair will be thinning out. The scars that these chemicals will affect the scalp. The hair is going to thin out. It wouldn't look as full as you have your own natural hair, the one God has given you. So I decided to just return natural. I was like, no, I'm fully equipped with the natural hair language. I came back home and I told mommy I was going to return natural. I had long, relaxed hair, like almost 15 inches of relaxed hair. Because even with my relaxed hair, I was treating it right.
Okay.
So I started using hair products when I was in senior high school. Whilst others were using the soaps, the normal soap that we use for our body for the hair, I was having my shampoo, oil, and butter, and I was washing my hair once every week. So I wasn't washing with the normal bathing soap, but I wash my hair once every week. Although we cut our hair, and I've always hated the fact that we have to cut our hair whilst in senior high school. That thing I've really not liked it.
The ladies,
So
are you here?
to the extent that when I was even going to when I was going to senior high school, I took a hospital report that I'm not supposed to cut my hair.
Wow.
But our people, my house mistress was like, I am madam that you're going to keep your hair. You can't be keeping your hair. You're not a madam. So I had to be cropping my hair. But you see that my hair is always bushy. So I'll crop it, then I'll just be
So what's the length of your hair now?
it's up to my tailbone.
Wow. Natural hair.
Yes.
Guys, this is natural hair. Very long.
I sometimes tell myself, if God didn't give me this type of hair, I don't think I'll be doing what I'm doing today.
That's true.
Being a hairstylist, a self-taught hairstylist. Because right after university, I had to pursue my purpose. That is going into the natural hair industry and also helping African women embrace their God-given hair.
Wow. African women embracing their God-given hair. Because how many of you here after today, you're going to cut your hair and start natural? I only saw my family members raising their hand. They just want to motivate me. I saw that you were able to take the story of your hair. You were able to define it as yourself. And now you entered into entrepreneurship with it. How were you able to do that? That's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. As we all know, the unemployment rate in Ghana here. Sometimes we go to school after university, we think we have to go and work in the offices. But no.
Say it again, oh.
You have to find your purpose and pursue it.
Wow.
So right after university, national service, I was like, I've been sitting down. Sometimes you ask for money and mommy will be like, I don't have money and all that. But I had this thing. It's something that God has given me. But I wasn't using it. So I had the opportunity to go for an event and style people's hair.
Wow.
So that was when everything started. Then I started doing people's hair for money. Then the products, I was doing it for myself, but I wasn't selling. So in 2019, that was when Hairphanie was formed.
Wow. Wow.
And I came up with my logo and the product line, the shampoo, the conditioner, and the oil. And I'm so proud of myself that I've been able to employ people that I'm also working with, and I'm paying them monthly.
Wow. How many people do you have?
I have like 5 people.
Oh my God! Please, CEO is not easy. Give her a round of applause. Being a CEO.
So what I want to tell people is we don't go to school to come and work in the offices.
Say it again.
We go to school to come and solve complicated problems in the
The
society.
society.
So find your purpose and pursue it.
Wow.
Don't just sit idle and be waiting to go and work in somebody's office. Don't know what you are capable of. You're so powerful.
Wow. I think that's really beautiful. So how do you make your products?
It's a handmade product.
Okay.
And it's mostly shea, cocoa butter, natural stuff like herb infusion. I don't use synthetic fragrances and artificial colors. So with the conditioner that you're seeing there is Bisab that I use, the extras for the color.
Wow.
So then I don't use artificial colors.
Please, is weed considered natural?
Weed is natural, but I don't include it in my
Okay.
products because some people react to it.
Okay.
Some get headache, so it's not part of it.
It's true. Okay,
So
wow.
I don't add it to my products.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing this story. I have two other questions to ask you. In terms of Africa, women and storytelling and hair, how do you think this 4 component mix? And how do you think that ladies can use their hair to tell stories?
I remember the guy was talking about the slavery and all that.
Yeah.
So what I heard was when the white people took them on board and they went like the sugarcane plantation and all that. Do you know that it was their hairstyles that they were using to find their way back home?
Wow.
So the cornrow, it has a history behind it. The cornrow, the African threading. So they were just the route that they came from. They were just using their hair to direct them to where they came from.
How many of you knows this? Hey, then the hairstyle we are doing nowadays can lead us to heaven. Oh.
I'll be so happy and glad to see African women,
Okay.
a spiritual awakening, seeing all African women embracing their God-given hair.
Wow.
And you wouldn't see hair like this appropriating other people's culture,
That's true.
trying to be somebody. Our hair is connected to our brains. It's like an extension of our brain. It's an antenna. It's an antenna. Like when you see cockroaches with their antennas. So it's an extension of our brain. So it's a hair, head, and heart connection.
Wow.
You see how when we complete school, we are so in a rush to grow our hair, but because of frustration, raising their hair, and we'll ditch this extension, artificial extensions.
Yes.
But embrace, no matter the length.
In fact,
of
I want to
the
take
hair.
off my wig.
You see, my hair complements my beauty. So you
Ooh.
don't normally see me wearing makeups. It's just once in
Oh
a
my
in a
God.
while.
Today you are targeting me too much. Why? What did I do to you? Did you come to this place because of me? Okay, now let me have a final remarks from you to the
Okay.
audience. This brings us to the ending of the conversation with My Hair, My Story. What's the final word to the audience? What do you want them to take home from today's conversation with you?
Okay, so what I want to tell everyone is that you have to find your purpose and pursue it. And no matter what people say, they will laugh at you. They'll be like, "Hey, university graduate, look at what you are doing." But when they start paying off, wait and see whether they are going to laugh. They will laugh when you start, but start making money and see whether they are going to laugh.
That's it.
So
Put your
don't
hands together.
Don't ever give up on your purpose.
Wow. Audience, it's Be with Adults and ISA, be inspired with stories from Africa where values, passion, and environment comes to life. Today we just heard from Hairphanie, Hairphanie, on the topic of her hair and her story. Wasn't it wonderful? Please join me, say Bisa. Just say it with me. Bisa. 1, 2, ready, go. Bisa. And the last one, Bisa. And this brings us to the end of this first conversation. Thank you very much.
Woman, I see a woman. In the mirror of the mirror, I see a woman. Every time I look at mama, I see the woman, a wonderful woman, an African woman, mother of nature. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Sing with me. Beautiful woman. Yeah, yeah. Wonderful woman. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I hope you are inspired because we are. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to all our social media channels. It's displayed on the screen, and don't forget to press that notification bell to receive updates when they come by.
It's Visa with the time. Slow